Hello, welcome back to Whisky Wednesday. Another Wednesday, another whisky review with me, Joe. So, this week I'm reviewing my very first SMWS bottling. Now the SMWS, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, they are the Scotch Malt Whisky Society, company, independent bottler, who are based in Scotland, and they've got their private members clubs in London as well. They are an independent bottler, so they buy casks from all over Scotland and Japan as well, and they buy some rums and some cognacs, and they bottle single cask releases from distilleries all over Scotland. There's obviously lots of single cask independent bottlers out there, but SMWS are kind of an exception because you can only buy their bottles if you actually sign up and join their kind of private members club. A couple of months ago, I kind of bit the bullet and joined up. This is called the 73.65. Now, the special thing about the SMWS is that they don't bottle on age or provenance of the distillery. They choose what is interesting, so they choose an interesting whiskey. So no matter what distillery it comes from, you're guaranteed to get a really, really interesting product. So the idea is you're not put off by a certain distillery, so you could think, oh well, don't know what that particular number is, so let's just go for it, and it gives you a very nice description of the tasting notes, tells you exactly what the strength is, tells you what day it was distilled, tells you how many bottles there are. However, there are of course facilities available to find out what code relates to what distillery. So 73, this is the Altmore distillery. So this is a 24-year-old Altmore single cask bottled at 55.9%. Now Altmore's a little Speyside distillery. Most of their production goes into the Dewar's blend, so it's the main malt in the Dewar's white label. I'm leaving that to settle for a little bit because it's cask strength, it's old whiskey. Learn more about the SMWS. Costs 130 quid to join. Membership lasts a year, and that's the only way you can actually buy the bottles online as well. It's quite a nice little membership pack, which I'll show you. Some of you might not have seen this. So when you join up, you get sent a membership pack. You get a rather nice little book goes with it, and you get a rather nice little badge, which I've kind of kept. I'm going to find somewhere to put that on. Might put it on like a little blazer that I've got. So a little Scotch Malt Whisky Society badge, and then you also get 3 10cls different bottles, again all from different distilleries. Now, the good thing about SMWS when you compare them to other independent bottlers, let's say, is the SMWS bottles, they are all cask strength, every single one of them. Most other independent bottlers, they'll have a range, so they'll bottle some at 46%, some at cask strength, etc, etc, but all the SMWS bottles are guaranteed full cask strength, so that's the strength they came out of the cask. So this being 55.9%, 24 years old, Altmore from the Speyside region. Let me just tie this back up. So yeah, if you do join up to the SMWS, the Scotch Malt Whisky Society, you get access to their tasting rooms, tasting events that they do up and down the country. It's a really, really good little present. If you haven't joined yet, maybe a Christmas present, persuade your wife or your spouse or your partner to get you a membership because it's awesome. I'm really, really, really glad I did. And this particular one was gifted to me, this bottle, by Lawrence Graham, the guy who owns and runs whiskyintelligence.com, which is the main site for whiskey news. See new articles and blog posts and everything to do with whiskey are posted on a daily basis on whiskyintelligence.com. So thank you so much to Lawrence Graham, who I met a few weeks ago down in the London tasting rooms. Thank you so much for this Altmore. So this review is for you, Lawrence. Let's get straight to it. So it's a 24-year-old Altmore, distilled 31st of May 1989, 377 bottles. Now on the nose, It's quite a wonderful nose, kind of black forest fruits, sweet treacle, and a salted black toffee, so it's kind of like dark, salty flavours. A lot of fruit notes as well, so I'm getting kind of fig jam, almost like blackberry compote, blackberry liqueur. And if you leave it a little bit more, you know, green chartreuse, green chartreuse, like the herbal liqueur that you find in kind of all good cocktail bars, that's used in a lot of cocktails. It's got that kind of herbal, herbaceous note about it. It's quite interesting actually. Altmore, it's basically one of the real less ubiquitous distilleries. You know, there's distilleries that, you know, bottle a lot of single cask stuff, but I mean, Altmore's pretty hard to get a hold of. So yeah, one of the less ubiquitous distilleries, let's say. Yeah, so let's go again. Black forest fruit, sweet treacle, salted black toffee, fig jam, blackberry jam. Let's give it a taste. Now on the palate, I'm getting kind of thick blackcurrant jam, treacle. There's a kind of floral note to it, Parma violets, bit of kind of aromatic incense, so cinnamon. Gosh, it's got a lot going on. Let's have another taste. There's spearmint, there's menthol, a bit of kind of wood smoke. Gosh, it's really, really unique. It's almost kind of hard to pin down certain flavours. Kind of everything is going on. Really kind of develops in the mouth. Let's give it another taste. Now, kind of as it's kind of developing into this almost meaty style. So kind of like reduced meat stock, a little bit of kind of salted sweet ham, and then I'm getting a little bit of kind of dark chocolate and chili. You know, you can get those like Lindt bars where it's like dark chocolate with bits of chili inside. It's that kind of dark, bitter, sweet, chili, vegetal, meaty, almost like kind of bovrily style. It's really good. It's got basically everything going on. One more taste for the finish. Gosh, so the finish, it's quite drying. There's almost like a stout-like note to it. Macerated fruits. Goes on and on and on. It's quite a long finish. Obviously, it is 24 years old from one single cask. It's got a bit of datiness, so it's almost like dates that have been soaked in Armagnac, and then like a cigar has been like chucked into it, so it's kind of like aromatic smoke mixed with the kind of fruity dates. Really, really stunning whiskey. Complex, different, challenging, and that's what I look for. And it's I love whiskies that kind of challenge your perceptions of what you think. Especially obviously, you know, distilleries like Altmore where, you know, pretty hard to get hold of. They have got a standard 12-year-old available. You know, it's not that common, but they do a distillery bottling, and the owners have plans to kind of relaunch a new range. So you might be seeing some more official bottlings of Altmore in the near future. But in the meantime, seek out this if there is any left. If you are an SMWS member, you also get the kind of pretty cool tasting notes as well, which I'll just show you here. Tells you a little bit about it, which you should be able to see. I'll just hold it up. So it says, fresh figs and mango with tweed and leather boots, plums and tangerine tart on the palate, then burnt bacon and toast, reduced, which means adding water, We enter a tea house with old furniture and sweet perfumed ladies sipping on mint and Earl Grey tea, tart tatin and lapsang souchong to finish. Lapsang souchong's a type of tea. 377 bottles. My first SMWS whiskey review. I've got two more full-size bottles in my collection upstairs, which in the future I will be reviewing. And there's these 3 in here as well. So lots more SMWS bottles to get through. If you are a member, let me know. I'd love to hear if you are a member. I'd love to hear what you've bought in the past from the Scotch Malt Whisky Society, what particular cask numbers. Just so you know, those of you who aren't aware, the first number relates to the distillery, and the second number is what cask from that distillery. So it's 73rd distillery and 65th cask from that distillery. Just so you're all aware. Let me know, please let me know if you are a member. Maybe I'll see you at one of the SMWS events down in London or up in Scotland, and they do this in Birmingham as well. So if there's any local Brummie members, let me know, leave me a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week, guys. Bye bye.